One of the cruelest things that apartheid used against the black people of South Africa was to deny them education. As a child, growing up in the rural Transkei in the 30s, long before apartheid was properly codified, it became clear to me and my contemporaries that we had to find true education beyond the classroom. Quite clearly, what we were taught was designed to create in us an irrational exaltation of the so-called great white civilization. The contributions of all peoples of color to world civilization, African, Asian, Arab, Chinese, and so on, were completely denied or distorted. I was saved from this racist spell by my village elders. It was by listening to their stories of the African people South Africa and the region that I came to realize that there was something one could call universal civilization. From them, I learned that all people have a history worthy of respect, and that the greatest people throughout the world are those who contribute to the culture and achievements of all mankind. My elders taught me how the African people of the South African region lost their independence. Their land and their means of economic sustenance. Their stories evoked in me a feeling that given an opportunity, our people could rise again and soar to heights that would enable them to stand tall in the world and not walk in anyone's shadow or seek to diminish anyone. Aroused by the teachings of my village elders and recalling the motto of an African newspaper published between 1898 and 1909, Ilizwi labantu, the voice of the people, which read, I quote, "For the cause that lacks resistance, against the wrong that needs resistance," unquote. I looked for a political home in which I could make a modest contribution. I discovered the African National Congress, humbly dedicated the limited resources I had, including my very life, to the cause of the African people as championed by the African National Congress. I therefore receive this honor, Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of the African National Congress, and through it, on behalf of the oppressed people of South Africa. I thank you again for this honor, knowing full well that it represents in no small way the far-flung strands of the African diaspora, the great African American scholar and visionary W.E.B. Du Bois declared, quote, "The problem of the 20th century is the problem of the color line," unquote. During our lifetime, this saying has been manifested in the heroic struggles for national liberation in Southern Africa. These historical events burst through our thick prison walls, bringing us victory that our jailers could not take away from us. We were able to hear your voices raised in demand for our release and for sanctions against apartheid. Alas, we had too the defiant voice. Alas, we had too the defiant voices of Soweto, Watts, Harlem, Guguletu, Matola, Maseru, the voices of our people standing up to torture, massacres, detention, and all the systematic methods of repression that have failed to stanch the courage and determination of our struggling people. We leave you with the assurance that your faith in us is not misplaced. Though the road ahead is a difficult one, we will follow its course, knowing that this university and the people of Jamaica are with us all the way through. As the words of a South African freedom singer go, quote, "Move out of the way, racist, lest the rock of freedom that rolls down the mountainside crush you." Thank you.